Alright football fans, the NFL offseason, particularly the period after the draft, can be a time of intense speculation, especially when high-profile veteran free agents are still available. Teams are looking to fill needs. Players are weighing options, and the back and forth behind the scenes is often subject to intense public scrutiny and commentary. No player embodies this dynamic quite like Aaron Rodgers, one of the league's most talented and enigmatic figures. And a recent public appearance by Rodgers, amidst reports linking him to a team in need, has sparked significant debate and criticism regarding his priorities and potential future. On Saturday, May 3rd, Aaron Rodgers was spotted living it up at the Kentucky Derby at Churchill Downs in Louisville. Reports and social media captured the four-time MVP enjoying Derby Day. Dressed in a dapper suit, sipping mint juleps, and taking in the scene. It was a very public, high-profile outing. The timing of this appearance immediately drew attention and criticism because, according to reports, the Pittsburgh Steelers and their head coach, Mike Tomlin, had reportedly been actively courting Aaron Rodgers for weeks, hoping to lure him out of free agency to potentially become their starting quarterback. The Steelers have a clear need for a veteran passer after their draft decisions, looking for a solution amidst quarterback uncertainty. The article frames this situation with the Steelers, Kenny Pickett's shadow lingering, and fans being hungry for a savior. The juxtaposition of Aaron Rodgers enjoying a premier social and sporting event like the Kentucky Derby while a team reportedly desperate for his services was trying to connect with him immediately led to backlash. Social media platforms reportedly erupted with criticism and mockery aimed at Rodgers. The article highlights the calls mount against Aaron Rodgers for ignoring Mike Tomlin. Examples of the reaction include fans scoffing with comments like, taking care of personal issues, or sarcastically asking if Tomlin should have sent a horse emoji. The social media response is described as a masterclass in chaos, with Steelers loyalists oscillating between fury and apathy. This perceived conflict between his public actions and the urgency of the NFL offseason connects to Aaron Rodgers' long-standing public persona and past philosophical statements. The article references quotes from Rodgers like, "Authenticity is everything," or, "If you want to win, everything that doesn't matter needs to get out the building," contrasting these with his decision to attend the Derby while reportedly being pursued. The piece interprets his Derby detour not just as a simple, personal day, but potentially a flex, signaling his comfortable engagement with life beyond the immediate confines of football since his departure from the New York Jets. Rodgers is described as a 41-year-old enigma, a player who has always danced to his own drumbeat, citing past instances like ayahuasca retreats or Jeopardy! Guest hosting gigs. He's called complicated, brilliant, and allergic to conformity, despite being described as a human cheat code every team craves. Due to his undeniable talent, 503 career touchdowns, high passer rating, MVPs, Super Bowl, his unique approach to life and his career endgame makes him a challenging figure for traditional NFL teams and fans to navigate. For Steelers Nation, the article suggests, patience is wearing thinner than the ice at a Penguins game, as they await clarity on the quarterback situation. While Mike Tomlin is portrayed as likely being back at the drawing board after the Derby display, Aaron Rodgers is depicted as continuing to live life on his own terms. Perhaps simply enjoying another mint julep, another sunset. The article quotes a source close to him saying he's open to anything, attached to nothing, sounding more like a philosophical stance than a typical NFL free agent update. The conclusion drawn is clear. Aaron Rodgers plays by his own rules. Whether he's on the field dodging blitzes or off the field sipping bourbon, his actions are dictated by his own priorities. His free agency is not just a straightforward business negotiation, it's about which team, if any, is willing to align with his unique approach as his legendary career winds down. In summary, Aaron Rodgers' appearance at the Kentucky Derby on Saturday, amidst reports that Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers were actively courting him as a free agent quarterback, sparked a significant reaction on social media, with fans and commentators questioning his priorities and perceived lack of urgency. The article uses this juxtaposition to highlight the ongoing tension between the needs of NFL teams and Rodgers' unconventional public persona and approach to his potential future in the league, suggesting that despite his immense talent, he remains an enigma who plays by his own rules, leaving teams like the Steelers to wait and see what his next move will be. Former NFL MVP Aaron Rodgers made a prominent public appearance that quickly became a major talking point this past weekend, particularly in light of ongoing speculation about his football future and reported interest from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Rodgers was spotted at the Kentucky Derby on Saturday, May 3, at Churchill Downs. He was notably dressed in a suit, sipping mint juleps, and reportedly watched the race where Sovereignty galloped to victory in the 151st run of the Derby. Introduce the context of the rumors swirling around him, according to reports. Pittsburgh Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin had reportedly been, quote, courting Rodgers for, quote, weeks, hoping to, quote, lure him out of free agency after Rodgers' exit from the New York Jets following the 2024 season. Highlight the striking juxtaposition presented in the article. While Mike Tomlin was reportedly actively pursuing him, Aaron Rodgers was highly visible enjoying himself at a major public event seemingly detached from football matters. The article contrasts this by stating Rodgers reportedly preferred to name a racehorse after a teammate than text his would-be coach. Include reactions from social media and fans, who, according to the article, erupted in response to his Derby appearance amid the rumors. Examples of reactions included scoffing comments like, quote, taking care of personal issues, linking his presence at the Derby to past explanations he gave for absences. Other reactions ranged from apathy, quote, who gives a shit, to humorous takes on the distance between Louisville and Pittsburgh or suggestions like, quote, maybe Tomlin should have sent a horse emoji. Frame this situation with some of Rodgers' own philosophical quotes, such as, quote, authenticity is everything, you gotta wake up and be proud of the person in the mirror. To highlight the contrast between his words on intentionality and focus, and his actions at the Derby amidst the intense football speculation, include the article's assessment of Rodgers' current focus. Despite the Steelers reportedly having significant cap space available, Rodgers' focus is reportedly on chasing, quote, peace, and embracing life beyond football, including venture capital and horse racing, described by a source as being, quote, open to anything, attached to nothing, rather than engaging with playbooks right now. Mention the context of the Steelers' situation, where fans are reportedly hungry for a savior, with Kenny Pickett being the current primary option at quarterback. In summary, Aaron Rodgers' high-profile appearance at the Kentucky Derby, while reportedly being pursued by Steelers coach Mike Tomlin, sparked significant fan reaction and reinforced the perception that the former MVP is prioritizing his personal life and playing by his own rules. This leaves his football future, and the Steelers' quarterback situation, uncertain, with the article suggesting Tomlin may be heading, quote, back to the drawing board, as Rodgers continues to chart his own course.